Okay, so today we are working on our fifth word problem. We are dividing fractions by using a visual model. So I pulled a question off of Khan Academy. And so we are going to use our cubes strategy to help us find out what the answer is. So the first thing we need is Amir has 3/4 of a bag of cat food. Her cat eats 1/10 of a bag per week. So how many weeks will the food last? Okay. So the first thing that we need under the cubes method is to circle any numbers and units. 1/10 of a bag. She has 3/4 of a bag. So those are our numbers and our units. Okay. Now we are going to underline our question. Well, our question is, well, how many weeks will the food last? And then we need to go back and box in any key terms that help us to figure out what operation we need to use. So she has 3/4 of a bag. That lets me know that's her total. And her cat eats 1/10 of a bag. So it wants to know, well, how many weeks will this food last? Okay, so she has 3/4. That's the total that she has, and she eats 1/10 of a bag per week. So this is a part, and so we know that when we have a total and a part, that lets us know we are going to use division. Okay, so remember that division tells us the total amount, and we are dividing it by the part that we do know about to find what is called the missing part or missing piece, which is known as the quotient in division. All right, so we boxed in our terms. We know that we're going to have 3/4 and 1/10 for us to work with. And so now we need to evaluate and figure out, where does everything go? Well, we know that our total, 3/4, will go in the dividend. That's what we have, our total. And we are parting them out in equal portions of 1/10. So this is the known part, okay, also known as the divisor. And so now we're going to solve for it using our model. I want to color code our columns and our rows that we shade in. And hopefully I can remember which color we are using. Okay, so now we go and remember that the columns, the way we remember columns is ceiling to the floor. That means up to down, up and down. Our rows lets us know that we're going from right to left, okay? All right, so I need a total of 4 columns for this problem. So that's 2, 3, 4. And I need a total of 10 rows. 10 rows. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we should have 10 rows, 10 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. And we should have a total of 4 columns. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're ready to start shading in. So for our columns is blue, we're going to shade in 3 full columns. So I'm going to shade in 3 columns, and so all of the parts in each of those columns need to be shaded in or marked, however you want to do it. You could even go all the way down like this if you wanted to. All right, so all of those are shaded. And now we need to shade in one full row. Okay, in other words, we're going across this way. And now we need to figure out, well, how many parts in the columns have been shaded. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 times 3 of those, which is 30. And if you wanted to count them each by one, you could. So we have 30. And then we say, well, how many rows or row pieces are shaded in? So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4. All right, so our answer is 30 over 4, but we know that we can reduce that by finding that both of them are divisible by 2. Which means 30 divided by 2 is 15. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that gives me 15 halves. 15 halves. Okay. And to check your answer, if you wanted to put this in mixed number form, you could use the Texas method. We know that, well, we got to work backwards. We're doing Texas. So how many groups of 2 are inside of 15? We know that there's 7 groups of 2 inside of 15. That would be our whole number. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So that's 7. 2 would still be our denominator. And so 2 times 7 is 14. We need one more for us to get back to 15. So that's 7 and a half. All right. And so we're going to go back and just check using our improper fraction. We're going to work our way backwards to try to see if we have the right answer. And so we have 15 halves, 15 over 2. Our divisor was 1/10. And we have, when we multiply fractions, we just go straight across. So 15 times 1 is 15. 2 times 10 is 20. And I can reduce 15/20ths. I can reduce 15/20ths by using 5s. So if I use 5s in the numerator and denominator, then I should end up with 3/4. And we noticed that it was 3/4 for our dividend. Okay, so our answer for this question was 7.5 weeks that the food will last for Amira. All right, thanks for watching.